Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be dazzled by a Technicolor dream as we journey through the introduction of color in film. We'll be exploring the early experiments, the breakthroughs, and the challenges that shaped the cinematic landscape. So grab your paintbrush and let's dive into the colorful history of movies. Picture this, the early 1900s, when the first experiments with color in film were taking place. These early attempts involved painstakingly hand-coloring individual frames. As you can imagine, this was a time-consuming and an expensive process. The search for a more efficient and practical method was on. Enter Technicolor, the revolutionary process developed in the 1920s that would change the face of cinema forever. The first Technicolor feature film, The Toll of the Sea, in 1922, showcased the vivid and captivating world of color. However, it wasn't until the 1930s that color films really took off, thanks to improved Technicolor process and the public's growing appetite for immersive and visually striking movies. The 1930s saw the release of iconic films like The Wizard of Oz in 1939 and Gone with the Wind also in 1939, which brought the magic of color to the big screen. The breathtaking landscapes of Oz, with its yellow brick road and emerald city and the stunning sunsets of the American South, captured the imaginations of audiences and demonstrated the true potential of color in cinema. But the introduction of color was not without its challenges and drawbacks. The Technicolor process was still complex and expensive, requiring specialized cameras, lighting, and film processing techniques. Studios had to weigh the costs and the benefits of producing color films, as not all moviegoers were willing to pay the higher ticket prices that came with the new technology. The transition to color presented difficulties for some actors and filmmakers who had to adapt their skills to the new medium. The use of color demanded more attention to detail in sets, costumes, and makeup, as well as careful consideration of how color could enhance or detract from the storytelling. Despite these challenges, the use of color in film continued to grow, and by the 1950s and 1960s, it had become the norm. The vivid hues and immersive visuals brought to life by color transformed the ways stories were told and experienced, leaving an indelible mark on the world of cinema. There you have it, folks. The introduction of color in film was a kaleidoscope of triumphs and tribulations, from the early days of hand coloring to the Technicolor breakthroughs that changed the game. Through the dazzling landscapes of The Wizard of Oz and the sweeping vistas of Gone with the Wind, the world of film embraced the power of color, but not without overcoming the obstacles and challenges that came with this vibrant new frontier.